Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to this episode. We're going to take a look at a couple different programs for the XP Deus 2. Before I do, just a little background. Last summer I went to the UK on a metal detecting tour. It was a phenomenal trip. In fact, hopefully you've seen one or more of the videos I posted. I posted a video for each of the 12 days I was metal detecting in the fields there. The finds were amazing. Coins of all periods. I think I ended up with 14 or 15 or 16 medieval hammered coins. I had Saxon, I had Viking, I had Roman, and modern, you name it. It was an amazing trip. Now, the best part is I'm planning to go back. I'm so excited. Just a few weeks, I'll be spending a part of March back on the fields of England, searching for more history. And I'm really eager to get over there. One of the things I discovered when I was there the first time, though, is that I went with the intention of using just a few programs, sensitive full tones, which I'm very comfortable with and have used for probably my go-to program, my go-to standard program on the XP Deus 2. I also loaded Tekkna and Jethro, which are two of the popular programs that some of the other YouTubers have been recommending. While I was there, other people were recommending programs, including Rob Rizzo, who runs a very popular YouTube channel, recommended the Hammy program to me, which is a program designed by the Norfolk Button Boy, who posted it. And I played around with it a little bit in the field, but I'm so focused on trying to maximize my time and be comfortable with the machine and the settings and understand the feedback that I'm getting, that I found for a while there I was flipping back and forth between too many programs, and I really wanted to focus on one program. And so I really made sensitive full tones a kind of go-to program for the bulk of the trip, despite that experimentation. So before I go back, I really wanted to take an opportunity to just test three programs side by side. And I've decided to take the sensitive full tones program, the standard out-of-the-box sensitive full tones, and see how it performs with coins that I'm likely to find in Britain. So hammered silver and maybe even a small piece of gold. And then test that against the Tekkna program. And Gary Blackwell has posted the settings for Tekkna, and then also the Hammy program from Norfolk Button Boy, since it's specifically designed for hammered coins on British fields. So we're going to give it a go. Those three programs, sensitive full tones, Tekkna, and Hammy, side by side. It is really cold here. I'm in Pennsylvania. We're getting ready for a big snowstorm tonight, but I'm eager to do this. So we're going to go outside. We're going to bundle up. We're going to see how we get along with these three programs and 5 different coins. Stay tuned.
So what comes next should be fun. We're going to do a showdown between these three programs, sensitive full tones, Hammy, and Tekkna. We're going to give them each a go. Now, I've spent my life in high tech and I'm used to product showdowns, so this should be a good one with these three programs going head to head. I should also mention that I'm running version 1.1 of the XP Deus 2 firmware. So if you're running 2.0 or you're running 0.7, you may not get the same results, but I am running 1.1 with these three programs. So with that, let's get outside.
Hey guys, it is cold out here, but you know what? I don't care. I really wanted to get this test done, and before the snowstorm tonight, I wanted to come out here in an area, part of the field where there's no EMI, nice clean area, and I wanted to do this test. 3 programs, 5 coins, and we're going to test the 11 by 13 inch, what we get for depth. Here are the 5 coins that we're going to use. The first is a Commonwealth heavily clipped 2 pence. Typical type of coin you might find in the fields of England. Those hammered coins can be cut in half, cut in quarters. Smaller size is actually what we're more typically going to find. Here's a Henry VI, 2 pence, quite a full flan there. and then Elizabeth I shilling, so a much larger hammered silver coin. Also throwing in for good measure, a silver denarius here, Severus Alexander, and actually that's quite a nice denarius. And I don't have a small gold British piece, so we're going to substitute a 2 peso gold piece from Mexico. So those are the 5 coins. These are the 3 programs: sensitive full tones, which is out of the box, as you see it, factory settings, straight up sensitive full tones. Then we're going to compare that with the Tekkna program and the Hammy program, and I'll go through all the settings at the end just in case you want to go through them in more detail. But 3 programs: sensitive, Tekkna, Hammy, and 5 coins. Okay, first up is sensitive full tones, and this is the Commonwealth clipped hammered silver coin. And let's see how we get on here. Starting to detect it at around 8 inches, 7 inches, definitely diggable at 7 inches, 6, even stronger. I'm going to give this a 7 inches. You can definitely hear it in there. Target ID is moving all around though, so we're going to go with 7 inches. 7 inches, and we're going to go in the 70s for that. Now let's go to Tekkna. Same coin, Tekkna program. I'm going to go 7. And this is it's 70 to 80s on the Tekkna for that. And let's go to Hammy. Here's Hammy. A little bit noisier, less stable. Hammy. No doubt about it, 8 inches for the Hammy. 9 inches. I'd say that's diggable at 9 inches. And we're coming up around 68, 70. So cold I can barely write. Okay. Back to sensitive full tones. And we'll take the Henry VI, 2 pence. We're definitely getting a good signal at 10. 9, no doubt. 8, it's a screamer. 7, 6. But I'm digging that all day long at 9 or 10 inches. Let's call it 9.5. And I'm going with a 74, 75 ID. And now let's move on to Tekkna. No doubt about it. 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, I'm hearing it at 11. 10 and a half, 11. Low 60s. Well, it's it jumps around. I'm going to go 10 and a half. Target ID 60 to 70. And let's go with Hammy. No doubt about Hammy. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Crystal clear. 11. Still clear. A foot. I mean, 12 and a half, 13. It's on the outer edge of detectable, but you know what? Catch it at the right angle. I'm going 13 on the Hammy, and we're in the mid 80s. And now for the Elizabeth. We know this is going to be a loud signal here. There. I mean, all day long, all day long. 12, 13, 14. Comfortably at 13. Well, 12 to 13. We're going to go 12 and 81. 81, 12 inches. Switch, Tekkna. Tekkna, here we go. Tekkna. Naturally. Loud, loud. No doubt about it. Well, Tekkna about 10, 10 and a half. Which is a little surprising. Really breaks down after 10, say 10 inches. I'm going with a 90 target ID. 10 inches. And finally, Hammy. No doubts, no doubts, no doubts. No doubts. $11, clear as a bell. 13. I'm going 12 and a half for the 91. Apologies for the sloppy writing, but my fingers are already numb. Okay, silver denarius next. Silver denarius, and for convenience, we're going to stay on Hammy and check out this beautiful that's the type of denarius you want to find. Gorgeous. Unk denarius. Really nice signal. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Eight and a half, 9 range. I'm going to be generous and say 973. 9 and 73. Switch, Tekkna. And no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Same sort of range, 9 inches. 10, a little scratchy. Probably wouldn't dig it, but depends on how quiet the field is. Let's give it a 9 and 69. Is low. I might not have the target ID exactly right on that one, but depth-wise, we are there. Sensitive full tones. Sensitive full tones. My go-to program. My last trip over there. There you go. Nice loud signal. Consistent. And it starts to break down at 8 inches. 9 inches. I'm digging at 9 on a quiet field. Okay, I'm saying mid-70s, 9 inches. And last but not least, let's take a look at the gold. This is the 2 peso gold piece from Mexico. No doubt about it. 4 and 5 inches, 6 inches. Six inches, 58, mid-50s. Okay, that was sensitive full tones. Let's now go to Hammy. Again, a little noisier. No doubt about it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to a little more sure of it at 8 inches. We're getting a 20s to 30 range. Low range where you would expect. Small gold. And let's go to Tekkna. I mean, blowing out of the water there. 4, 5, 6. Definitely a good 6. And coming up in the 60s, high 50s, 60s. So we're going to go 6 inches. Yep. Well, now that our detector's on the ground, and our coins are here, I think we've got a chart to look at. Well, everything's back in order, fear not. And just having a quick look at the charts here, the Hammy program really outperformed on every coin, sort of a tie on the silver denarius, but some of these is quite considerable. By 2 inches on the small Commonwealth clipped coin, 3 inches or more on the Henry VI. Elizabeth also did quite well, similar to sensitive full tone. And then silver denarius, everyone was sort of in the 9 range, and the gold coin came up as an 8. So there you have it. Quick experiment. For an extra bonus, I just threw on the 9-inch coil, and I just wanted to see how it compares. So we got Tekkna, and I've got the Commonwealth coin here. And you can see with the Commonwealth coin on Tekkna, 7, 7. Nice 7 there. I'm not going to worry about target ID, but for Tekkna, the Commonwealth coin, 7. Which is actually same that we're getting for the large 13 by 11-inch coil. Let's try the Henry. I mean, I'm at 9 inches on the Henry, and sorry, 9 inches here on the Henry, comparing to 10.5. And we'll run the Tekkna program, and let's see the Elizabeth. Ten, 11. 11. 11 for Elizabeth on the Tekkna. Denarius. Eight inches on the denarius. And the gold coin. Six inches. 6 inches on the gold. Well, let's just have another look at that shilling. I mean, are we really getting 11 inches? I'll let you decide. That's 10. 11 inches. There's enough at 11 inches to dig. I'd say yes on the 9-inch coil, 11 inches compared to 10 on the larger coil. That's interesting. Really interesting. Let's switch programs and go to Hammy. Let's see how Hammy does with the 9-inch coil. Okay, let's start with the Commonwealth. Commonwealth coin here. And the Hammy program. Clearly 8. I'm digging it at 9. I'm going to give this 8.5, just to be a little conservative. So the 8.5. But could easily have dug that at 9 inches as well. Okay, next for the Hammy is the Henry VI. No doubt about it. Easily 11, and probably more. I'm going 11. That compares to 13 with the larger coil. Elizabeth. $12 or something. 13. I'm going 12. Be conservative. 12. So maybe another ½ inch with the larger coil. Denarius. Boy, I like the sound of that denarius with the Hammy. 10 inches. 9 clearly. 10 on a quiet field. I'm going 10 inches on the denarius. Outperformed the larger coil. And finally, the gold coin. All day long at 6 inches. And 7. 7.5, 8. I mean, 8. I'm going 8 inches. And again, it's the same as the larger coil. Finally, let's do sensitive full tones here, and repeat the process. Change the program. Okay, here we are. Commonwealth, Henny. Oh, my fingers are so numb. They're so numb. Can't get the coin. Stay there. Okay, here we go. I'm going with 6. A little bit less depth than the larger coil. Let's go with the Henry. No doubt about that. Eight inches. 8 inches for Henry. Not quite as good as the larger coil. Elizabeth. Nice crisp sound. 9 inches. 10 inches. I'm digging that at 10 inches. No, definitely 9. 10 inches is pretty good. The denarius. Stay there, pen. Just 2 more to go. What do you think? Definitely 7. 8. Yeah, I think 8. 8's a digger. And finally, the gold coin. Definitely 4, 5, no doubt about it. 6, strong. 7 starts to break down. Let's go. Let's be generous. Give it a 6.5. Okay. So relative to the large coil, we have a few areas where we're getting just an extra inch and a half, maybe on the larger coil. But some of those signals sound really nice and sweet on the 9-inch. And depth-wise, yeah, we're getting a little extra depth, but does it matter? I mean, you be the judge. I guess, if I look at the gold is pretty comparable regardless of coil size, which is interesting. You get into the small coin, the Hammy program definitely outperformed with the large coil. On the small coil, also outperformed, and we're getting an extra inch on the small coil compared to the other programs on either coil. So yeah, I mean, I need to study these results a little bit more, but compelling case for the small coil with some of these smaller coins, and the Hammy program is still a winner. So definitely Hammy. The 9-inch coil I won't be afraid to use, especially when that 11 by 13 inch starts to take a toll on your arm and feels like a lead weight. Let's get inside where it's warm. Hey everybody, I'm back inside where it's warmer, so let's do a quick wrap up. All right, first of all, here's the sheet, and it's a mess. So what I did, was clean it up for you all and maybe give you a look at this in a little more organized fashion. So what does it tell me? Well, under similar circumstances, if I was confident in sensitive full tones, which I was and use it quite frequently, I really should be as open and fully confident to use Hammy program or Tekkna, but definitely Hammy program. Look at the difference. Hammy came out and excelled in every category except the silver denarius. Everything was pretty consistent in silver denarius, except for the 9-inch coil. Actually, got a little more depth on the 9-inch coil for the denarius for some reason, maybe an anomaly, but or it could have been my freezing hands out there. But consistently, the Hammy program outscored Tekkna and outscored sensitive full tones in these tests I did, sort of less than ideal conditions, but at least they were consistent across the three programs. I'm not suggesting everyone run out and use the Hammy program or that it's the best program that's ever been invented. Generally, the preset programs on the Deus 2 are really good. I use them frequently. I almost always adjust and tweak the settings for the conditions I'm working in, but they're all really, really good and really reliable, especially as you gain confidence and understanding with the strengths and weaknesses of each of the programs. But it does help me develop the confidence I need to really explore the Hammy in more detail, and it makes me wonder what I might have missed on the 12 days in the UK for my last trip, and hopefully I will find more this time around. In any event, I will give you a full report when I get back from the UK on how Hammy performed, and maybe I'll also try one or two of the others, but I really want to stick with one program while I'm there for the duration and give it a full workout. So I'll give you a full report on that when I'm back. In the meantime, please feel free to comment below. This wasn't a perfect test. I'm sure there are things I could have done better, including my camera work. But yeah, feel free to leave comments or thoughts on the tests or your experiences with either or with any of these programs.
Oops, I almost forgot to show you the settings. Let's see those now.
First of all, we've got sensitive full tones. As I mentioned, this is straight out of the box, no changes, no modifications. We're using it just as it comes with the factory settings. So next, let's take a look at the Tekkna program. And for Tekkna, we want to use sensitive full tones as the base. So any of the settings that we don't change will remain the same as they are in sensitive full tones. So let's take a look at the menu. So first of all, you want to change discrimination to 42, which is a big change from sensitive full tones, which is 6.8. Sensitivity you want to take to 95. Again, sensitive full tones is 90. Frequency max will be the same as 40 for the frequency max, using a high frequency. Iron volume 10. Reactivity will take to 3. Audio response 4, which remains the same. Back to discrimination. And just going to expert mode, we want to be in full tones and offset 10. No bottle caps and notch off. Silencer 0. So that's it. That's Tekkna. And finally, let's take a look at the Hammy program. Hammy program, we're going to use Park as the base program. And then these are the settings you will need to adjust to. So discrimination, adjust to 10. Sensitivity to 95. Frequency max, we're going with 24. Sort of a mid-range frequency. Iron volume 7. Reactivity 2.5. Audio response 4. Discrimination 10. And let's just go into expert mode. We're using 3 tones, 0 bottle caps, notches off, silencer 0, and back to 3 tones. And that's it. Easy as pie. That's Hammy. So Hammy, Tekkna, sensitive full tones. Thanks again for watching and making it this far. Have fun in the fields, and happy detecting, and may all your tones be high tones. See you next time.